Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and confusion of faces scattered throughout the four corners of the earth through captivity, giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachah Quadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. So check it. There's this new movement, which I call a craze, because it's bugged the fuck out, called decentering men, okay, which was brought out by the first time I peeped personally was by the elder Quanawath from one of the Bay Bros camp sessions, all right, a couple months ago, going in on it, right? And it's basically here, according to AI, a growing movement where women actively shift their focus away from male validation, romantic relationships, and patriarchal expectations, prioritizing instead their own personal growth, happiness, and friendships. And look, bottom line, the men at Great Millstone, real men, they're not checking for you fucking bitches. Okay, the stupid bugged out notions that they have in their mind, right? The shit they're into, their fucking trends and the popular culture of these fucking hoes. But it's the spirit, because we're going to tie this into how this is going to end for women, okay? The society, when it collapses, it's going to, this type of rhetoric, this type of wave that these bitches are on, it's going to come back to bite them in a vicious, gruesome fucking way. All right, we often coin this time when society collapses. It's Apostle Gabar is the first source that I heard it from, that it's going to be the time of the great humbling of the woman. All right. And indeed, this is the type of thing that's going to make that much worse. Okay. It's going to make it that much more it's going to exacerbate that shit. Okay. That term that's used a lot. Let me go ahead and synonym that real quick. Exacerbate. Synonym means it's going to aggravate it. Just as aforementioned, it's going to make it a whole lot fucking worse. Okay? Going to amplify that shit. Their destruction. Okay? When it comes. Because they're going to be caught the fuck out here without a support system. Okay? Without a man. Isn't that funny as fuck? So you're decentering man saying, you know, pretty much like you had that MGTOW. This is like big Tao, like a bitch going their own way, right? We don't need men. Take the men out of the center, because that's what to decenter means the prefix D, which is DE, is a prefix that denotes negation. So anything in negation, off, away from, right? So taking men out of or away from the center of their lives. You see? When it's completely contrary not only to the scriptures, but it's contrary to nature. All right? A woman taking the man out of the center of her life, when the scriptures dictate that her fucking a man is supposed to rule over her. Okay, a man is supposed to be a woman's world. You see? And this is even in fucking nature, right? This has always been since the fucking beginning of mankind. And then this is even what you see in like the fucking animal world. So this is according to nature. And it's gonna leave these bitches fucked up out here. Okay? It says, It involves removing men as the central focus of a woman's life, you see, aiming for self-actualization and independence rather than relying on a partner for worth on a man, rather than relying on a man, okay? And in a time during this destruction where it clearly tells you in the scriptures that, and according to fucking common sense, that a man is going to be the protection of a woman. A man is going to be the only pretty much safety for a woman. How bad is it going to be for these women that have decentered men from out of their lives? All right. And then at that point now, when destruction befalls this fucking place, for you to attempt to, because one of the statements the brother made, for you to attempt now to go and fucking beckon to a man, not only how disingenuous of that is, that's really trying to play the man for a fucking fool. Like the statement the brother made, he said, you're gonna have these bitches coming and flocking to the men, to men in this society, mainly the men of the Lord, but she's gonna be an undercover, hardcore feminista. The brother said, right? So she was on this whole shit the whole time when society was intact, mocking and fucking, really way worse than mocking these women. They had this, there was this whole movement that got birthed about, this was pre-COVID, like 2018, 2017, which was made even into a hashtag, and this whole thing that these women adopted, this lifestyle called ruin his life, okay? Meaning doing shit to sabotage and fuck over a man. Another one was waste his time, which was spawned from that ruin his life whole, concept, okay? Fucking lifestyle, fucking, trend, movement of these fucking hoes. See? So you were over here ruining his life, wasting his fucking time, but now you're going to beckon and try to garner the protection from this man? Okay. It doesn't fucking work like that. See, the same men that you're decentering is going to be your demise. Not only this whole act, but men are going to, not only will they not be their protection in that day, a lot of these men are going to come after these fucking hoes. Okay? They're going to beeline to the ones on their hit list, because a lot of these men, everyone, they have a fucking hit list. Okay? People that, if they were given the ability, for example, if there was a purge that was instituted tonight, meaning when the laws go away, if it became lawless, that they would go and start fucking terminating the people that are on their hit list, okay? And a lot of men's hit lists are filled with fucking women. Okay, different women that, only God knows what they've done to these men. Okay, but we know from experience different examples, and I'll just mention it here. A lot of us personally here at Great Millstone, we haven't even really been burned. We're not even what is that word? Not spurned, I believe it is. Let me see what that word. We haven't really been fucked over by bitches like that. But we just know from examples that have been circulated in our camps. Okay? See, spurned means to be rejected with disdain or contempt. Okay? We haven't really been spurned or burned by these fucking bitches, but we see examples in life. Okay? One of the lessons is the deacon No, they I believe they call him deacon or bishop. Iathan is an elder, of course, top elder. He did this lesson that these about how these YNs, they're not playing that adultery shit. Okay, I wish I could bring that up. Let me bring that up through the spirit. His page. All right, fire cures leprosy. All right, he showcased how fire cures leprosy on YouTube. How these YNs are letting these hoes have it. Okay, let's see. YouTube. They're straight up. They're crashing out. They'll film themselves straight up putting their bitch to death. Okay, here it is. Oh, and his page must have gotten striked. Let's see. Yeah, it did. Oh, man. Because look, 2 weeks ago where his latest video. So they got him probably for this video. Or maybe not, though, because it would have been But here, look at this. You know, he's got a gun, and he's like, "You've been fucking other niggas." You know, you've been fucking other niggas, huh? With a gun on fucking TikTok or whatever that is. You know. No, tell him. He's like, no, tell him what you've been doing. You know. So, come on, bro. It's gonna end disastrously. So here's some of the tenets, the key aspects, the tenets of this decentering men movement. It says reclaiming self-worth, right? Moving away from the idea that a woman's value is determined by her desirability to men or her status as a wife or mother, but your self-worth is supposed to be determined by that shit. Okay? Redirecting energy, shifting focus to personal, professional, and intellectual goals, as well as strengthening relationships with female friends. Look at this. Challenging patriarchy. This is, what do they say? Death to the patriarchy. We don't want a man, which is a patriarchy, is a man-ruled society. No, we like death to the patriarchy, the rise of the matriarchy, right? Which is a woman-ruled fucking society. Which, guess what? Newsflash. Matriarchies don't last. Okay? They have a very short fucking run. And that's why we see this place plummeting so fast. Look at what they did in fucking Rome. When you go into the history of the fall of the pagan Roman Empire, you find out that the exalting of women into positions of leadership and authority was one of the fucking the driving factors that led to their downfall. Okay? It was one of the root causes of their destruction. Because what does it say in Proverbs, I believe 31? Give not thy way unto them that destroy kings. And if a king is destroyed, by proxy, his kingdom is destroyed. See? So these are these are them that the woman is the them that destroys kingdoms. Okay, and she can't even fucking help it. She's a destructive being. Look at what happened with the garden. Okay? Look at what fucking Eve did. It said, from the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right? And when she doesn't abide by that hierarchy that's dictated in the scriptures, I believe in Corinthians, with her man being above her, then all else fails. And that's where we're at with this shit. You bird brain, you think this shit actually works? Right after you start to do this shit, watch what happens to your life. It says actively unlearning societal conditioning that suggests a woman's life should revolve around male approval or comfort. It's supposed to. But we know it's not gonna. You see, look at this. The Most High has put this spirit, this bugged out, abominable fucking notion in these bitches' heads. We can't forget that. He gave them he chose and gave them that strong fucking delusion. Because this is delusional mentality, okay? This is a fucking psychosis. This is a pathology, meaning you're out of your fucking mind. You're sick in the head, okay? Let's see. Wow, the goal is not to hate men, but see, when you decenter men, it translates to hatred, okay? It says, but to remove them as the sun in a woman's solar system, reducing emotional dependence and increasing personal safety. Yeah, nope, that don't work. It's gonna plummet personal safety, okay? Spectrum of practice, this ranges from prioritizing self-care, choosing to be boy sober, taking a break from dating, or participating in movements like the 4B movement, which it's counterintuitive, okay, for a woman to decenter a man, and these movements like the 4B, it's motherfucking counterintuitive, okay? It's counterproductive. So, literally, because counter means against, and productive is to produce. It doesn't allow for the production of life, of children, to produce children. All right, and don't get yourself twisted to think that in vitro fertilization and all that shit is actually productive. A very low percentage of births occur through that. It's not really a common practice, okay? It's very fucking rare. Not only that even becomes successful, but just that, what is it, artificial insemination, okay? That's not a widespread, what we should call it. It's not a widespread successful practice, okay? Because it's unnatural and it's against what the Heavenly Father created, okay? Because one of the tenets of the 4B movement is no children, okay? Not having these men's children, and they call it these men's children, but you stupid cunt. No, it's your child too, okay? So you're gonna actually now cut off whole lines, and ultimately, if this were to continue, mankind, and that's why it says we listen to all these scriptures we've been quoting, all right? Rather than actually show them, we'd be 10 deep already. But we're just going to close out with one that will display on the screen, right? But here's yet another one, which said, if the days were not shortened, because it says, if the days were not shortened, then there would be no flesh left to be saved. If the Heavenly Father didn't speed up the times. Because look, these bitches are saying we're not going to have these men's children, Well, look what this has been. This, along with other philosophies, wicked philosophies that these women have adopted, they're not having children. The birth rates are at an all-time low, especially in the heathen communities, right? Starting with Esau, Edom leading the fucking pack of the lowest birth rate ever. It's like 0.7 or some shit like that. Okay. They said at this rate, if it continues for another 3 or 4 generations on the trend that it's going, the downward trend, it said that they'd be wiped out as a people. Okay. It says they're doing it right to cultivate joy, ambition, and a full life. And it doesn't work because the studies have been done that the woman is way less fulfilled. What did that white bitch went on wax? Put it on wax. If you want to see it, I believe it was that brother from KC, the elder from Kansas City. All right, he showcased that fucking blonde chick that put it on wax, all the statistics of how much more a woman's life is fulfilled when she submits fully to her man. So she has like fucking 7 times more orgasms. You know, that just on a carnal note. She, all kind of things, different levels of fulfillment in her life that she has when she submits to a man. And how these women who adopt this shit are fucking miserable. Okay? But let's just close it out. There's one more shit I wanted you to see. All right? It says, the rise of the self-centered woman. Because if you decenter a man, what do you do now? And it's heavy because who is the ultimate man that you're supposed to center? Is the Heavenly Father. And see, there's an undertone of this, of not just decentering men, but decentering the Heavenly Father and His Son. Wow. Because see, the Most High is supposed to be the center of all of our lives as mankind. Okay? And yes, and see, also the woman, she serves the Most High by proxy through her man. Okay? According to that hierarchy we aforementioned in Corinthians, right? If women are now decentering men, then perhaps we're evolving to be more self-centered. Okay, and this is the thing that's crazy. It's not, you're not evolving. That's actually devolving. So you're going down. You're downgrading. Okay, you're actually you're losing progress. See, but ultimately this is gonna end terribly for these fucking bitches. And we have to call them what they are. They're not women. Okay. Scriptures even tell you a fucking shameless woman shall be accounted as a fucking dog. Okay. The 2-legged dogs, as my brother calls them. Go on. See, this is in Isaiah 32nd chapter. Okay. This is just to show you. Right? And then, of course, in Isaiah, the 4th chapter, okay, that they're going to have to, okay, we're going to jump back and forth. We'll start at verse 9, okay. Isaiah, the 4th chapter, talks about how, a complete number of women, it's really an innumerable amount of women. Let's put it the right way. Every last woman who's left on the planet is going to be doing this if they don't already have a man. Every last single fucking woman or woman that is manless is going to be doing this. Every last fucking one of them. They want to survive. They're going to take hold of one man, right? 7 women, a complete number of women, fucking swaths. Look that word up. A swath is a fucking a huge number. Okay. Swath. Meaning is a swath. Swath. It's pronounced. Okay. Swaths. People. Swath of people means a large, broad, or significant segment of the population. Swaths of women are going to be flocking to a man for protection from him. Okay. This is in Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. NLT, listen, you women who lie around in ease. Says, KJV, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear to my speech. NLT, listen to me, you who are so smug. Okay. KJV, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. See? Says, continue in the KJV, verse 11, tremble, you women that are at ease, ye be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. NLT, tremble, you women of ease, throw off your complacency, strip off your pretty clothes, and put on burlap to show your grief. Okay. Verse 12, KJV. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines. Okay? And that's what the fuck is going to happen. And it's going to be even worse when you don't have that protection. Okay? It's going to be amplified. Verse 2, finishing off, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. See? In the NLT, but we're going to use the word in the KJV, a man, because each one is going into a man, okay? A man will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm, like streams of water in the desert. Shit. See? You're gonna be that oasis. They're gonna be that cold drink when you're fucking, when you're straight up dying of thirst. Okay? They're gonna be that meal when you're fucking dying of starvation. Okay? See, they're gonna be that antidote when you've taken in a deadly poison. Okay? They're gonna be that fucking shield when you're getting rammed through with a blade. Okay, I mentioned that these analogies, right? To show you that it's going to be protection from death is what the man is going to represent. Okay? And that's the only way. It's right? The covert from the tempest is the only way you're going to fucking evade destruction. So how bad is it going to be when you've now decentered them? Okay? So this is a setup. This is like a setup from Yahweh Shem Shai. Like I said, you got set up for the kill. Okay? Showing you the tactics of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. But this is what it is. The Most High, he's got a fucking bone to pick with the masses of the people. And he's setting them up for the kill. All right. So the world will know in a very short time the terror of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that he was never one to be fucked with. See, they mock the Heavenly Father. These bitches, these women, they mock the Heavenly Father and his men. Oh, that God of yours, we ain't worried about none of that. You know, he's God is a woman and all this other crazy shit. God doesn't exist. See, I am God and all this. Okay, so he's gonna fucking repay them something fucking fierce. Right? What did she say? He said, then she that is mine enemy in Micah, right? She that is mine enemy, the one that said, Salakia, where is Yahweh thy power? Pretty much saying, that God of yours, he doesn't exist. Because by her saying, where is he, it's not just the notion, it's not just a suggestion that he has abandoned you, but it's also a suggestion. It's a what is another word from suggestion? It alludes to, they're alluding to the fact that he doesn't even exist. Okay, so now he's gonna come check on you. He's gonna reveal himself to you. Okay, through death. All right.